We've talked a lot about how bad Donald Trump, of course, has been hurt by these January 6th televised hearings. We've only had 6, and we have seen Donald Trump's disapproval rating jump up a couple of points. We have seen Ron DeSantis surging in the polls. We have seen Fox News, National Review, Washington Examiner, all these conservative outlets actually come out and say, wow, Trump is screwed, he's done. But in the eyes of the voters, nope. According to the latest round of polling, Republican voters still, a majority of them, want Donald Trump to be the party's nominee for 2024. And there's a reason for that. I'll get into that. The poll does explain that because they asked a very specific question that shows why Republicans still support Donald Trump. But here's the numbers. Donald Trump right now, 53% of Republicans say they want him to be the nominee in 2024. That is the same amount as in early June. So throughout the entire month of June, we had all these hearings, every horrible thing that happened coming out, and all these Republicans said, yeah, I actually still want him to be our guy. Now, Ron DeSantis, of course, did move up in the poll as well. He is now at 22%, which is the highest he's ever been in this national poll, but still 31 points behind Donald Trump. So yeah, no real threat at the moment. So how can all of these other outlets that are watching these committee hearings turn against Trump, but Republican voters don't? And the answer is very simple. It's what I was referring to just a moment ago, and the poll addressed that too. It's because Republicans aren't watching the hearings. According to this very same poll, only 15% of these Republicans say they've been paying attention to the hearings. Only 15%. Which, of course, explains why Donald Trump's numbers haven't moved. It explains why Ron DeSantis has ticked up a little bit, and I'm assuming that's among those Republicans that have been watching. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm good with DeSantis then. But Republicans aren't paying attention to it. So, of course, they think Donald Trump is still the guy. And I gotta tell you, I love this. Ron DeSantis, if he were to run against Biden in 2024, Ron DeSantis wins, hands down. Let's be honest about that. Hands down, DeSantis becomes the next president of the United States. Terrifying thought because he's far worse than Trump and much more competent. If Donald Trump runs, the only people voting for him are going to be Republicans. 30% of the country. Now, I don't know if you know this, but 30% of the electorate is not enough to make anybody the president of the United States. It's enough to make you basically a laughingstock across the country. Because even though Republicans are not watching these hearings, moderates are, Democrats are. All the other people who also vote are watching. Those are the people that have, increased their disapproval of Trump. Those are the people who in polls say, yes, I think Trump should be prosecuted for what happened there. So if these Republicans who still are backing Trump think that he has a shot in 2024, I say go ahead and try it. Go ahead and see. Because the rest of the country has become even more disgusted with this man than they were 2 years ago. And that's something I didn't even think was possible. Trump is toxic to everybody except those MAGA hat wearing lunatics in this country. And if he thinks he can win an election with just the most, extreme members of his party, then I would love to see him try it because that is going to be hilarious.
This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.